Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the show. We're bringing you the latest in AI news, sharing our views, and we're trying to keep it all lively because we're really, really tired and it's Monday morning, but we're not going to let that stop us. So come on, let's go. What news have we got today, Will?
We have a good one. To be fair, you've woken up very quickly in that intro. You should have heard him before we started recording. Oh my God, it's night and day difference now.
Well, it's all about, the energy. If you sort of give it off, hopefully it makes you sort of energized and gets the blood pumping. So I've got my
get
caffeine,
what you put out.
And let's make it happen. So let's do it. What have we got, Will? What have we got? Monday morning. It's been a long weekend. The weather's absolutely atrocious. But what bright bit of news can you give us today that's going to lift us?
I don't know if you necessarily
drive us forward.
I don't know if you necessarily class it as bright. I mean, it's okay. It's interesting. Well, I mean, you have to settle for interesting. I think it's interesting. And this is, I don't know. It's sort of slipped onto the radar for most people. I haven't really seen anybody talk about this on X, on YouTube particularly. And maybe that's because it's actually just boring. We'll discuss it and find out if it's if it's boring.
So if we all start sort of kipping and like falling asleep, we'll give you a little, a nudge.
Yeah. Well, literally not at the weekend, but just before the weekend, ChatGPT, OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, released a new way to collaborate within their application. And that is basically a way to invite other people and have shared conversations with GPT-5. And it's been released to all users, free, Go, Plus, Pro plans, whatever you're on. You can have a group conversation. You can be invited to a group conversation, and it allows you to collaborate with up to 20 people on a topic or a range of topics. Basically, you're free to chat. And I think this is odd, if I'm honest with you. I've been racking my brains to what the true use case is. And I tried to think to myself, would I use this? And I'm not sure. What's your thoughts initially on this story?
Yeah, so I think we briefly chatted about it end of last week. What's my thoughts on it? Yeah, I'm the cogs are slowly winding into gear. Okay, all right, everyone. So just bear with me. What's my take? Right, at first, it was weird because it was something that was been on my mind that I've kept to myself privately, thinking, I wonder if this is the direction that's going to happen on ChatGPT and other AI platforms, because there's always that inevitability of bringing a social aspect to it. That's what all the mainstream platforms tend to go. They tend to, they go for mass adoption and try to sort of provide every product feature that they possibly can. And social is always part of that mix. We're social beings, we're social creatures. I can also understand it to a certain extent with, they've always had the share feature, so you could always share a chat.
Yeah.
It just meant it wasn't as I guess this way it creates more of an interactive shared experience. But as a general tool, other than, I don't see it personally as a way to go, right, okay, I'm gonna like on social media, I'm gonna chat to Will today, and I'm just gonna have a chat with Will, or we'll do a group chat because we're organizing a thing. Let's all get together in the group chat and have a chat. Or actually, you know what? I'm just gonna chat to my AI today, because I want to just chat to my AI. I don't see, if I want to chat to you, Will, why I would want to do it on an AI platform. Or as a group chat and not include the AI, why I want to, I mean, maybe they do that, but I would still revert to the platform that I would use to chat to people with. So I can only really see the benefit personally right now. I mean, maybe there's other use cases that I haven't had a chance to consider or aren't apparent yet, where, the only possible use case is, right, it's almost like a live meeting. And you go, right, guys, we're going to have a meeting. It's a brainstorming session. It's a collaborative, like a working session. And we're going to think about this challenge that we're facing, and we'll all just dive into this chat and see what the AI is going to say, and we'll discuss it, we'll challenge it, and we're all on the same page, and we're doing it all together. So that's the only use case I can see. So it's almost like a session, right? Let's all get in on a session and work together collaboratively. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of, I think it's very mainstream. I think we briefly touched on it. Like Spotify have a little social feature, but again, I don't go on Spotify to go, I want to chat to my friends. I think maybe it's more of a case of I'm listening. I'm on that platform to listen to music, and maybe it's just the social aspect is more of a convenient way to share maybe a piece of music. So that's fine. But so I tend to feel, in a roundabout way, I know I'm sort of waffling a little bit, but in a roundabout way, I tend to feel there's like a slight inevitability about it with mainstream mass platforms. But I don't really see it being that used. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I mean, maybe they're gunning for Facebook. Maybe they're literally trying to, gun for everything. Maybe that's the game plan. Don't know. I'm a bit ambivalent to it, really, if that's the word. I can't even get my words out properly.
I think I have a few thoughts on it. I understand the premise and why they have done it, and I think why they've done it is for a few reasons. I think the first biggest reason is that they recently, over the last 6 months, had a big problem with sharing of chats. Like, you'd create a link and you would share it with your coworker or your friend, and you go, look at this chat that I had with ChatGPT. And then obviously they had a big issue there where those links became public and indexable by search engines, and then they had this whole privacy crisis that came and went, and they did solve it in the end. But I think out of the back of that, they thought, well, people must want to collaborate on these chats, because all these like share links are being sent over to other people to review these chats that have been created, and it's created this huge disaster where they've all ended up public and indexable. So I think this is number one reason to create this feature, is because it creates a native way to do it, for sharing and collaborating on something. And that's the number one thing. And I've got a couple more thoughts on that, which I'll share in a second. I think the second reason is that they are trying to become the everything platform in some roundabout way. They are slowly creeping. And Sam Altman, over his time, has said that he aims to do this and that, and ChatGPT is going to be doing this and that. And I think it's another step towards doing that. So as you said, there's almost an inevitability about bringing some sort of collaboration feature. But no, I think the biggest reason for doing this is probably they saw the fact that people are sharing links and thought people must want to collaborate on chats. I personally, maybe I'm wrong as well, I think personally the collaborate feature is a word that I wouldn't use. I think sharing a chat that I've had and going, here you go, Ben, I've had this chat with it, read it through, it's produced some documents or whatever, have a read through and see what you think. I think that is useful. But to do it in real time with you on the chat as well, it seems like such an odd paradigm. And that's obviously what it's intended to be used for, but I question how much of a use case that is, personally. I mean, I can't see us. I mean, maybe we'll try it to see, maybe there's some sort of productivity unlock that we didn't realize was there, but I can't see us jumping on a collaborative ChatGPT and bouncing ideas with the AI in the center like a campfire. It just seems like an odd way to well, it is. It's like, let's all have a sing-song around ChatGPT, the campfire. It just seems like a really odd way to work, personally. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe we'll try it. But I think that's the main thing. I could see it maybe being used as, like, if you're like a couple, for example, and you're a little bit like all worshipping GPT-5 in the center of the fire. I think maybe there's like a. Yeah, well, yeah. I imagine that is how it would be. Is you would say a prompt ChatGPT would reply, and we'd all be there eagerly waiting the reply of our AI overlords. And then it'd be like, Ben, ask it this. And then it's just, I don't know. I just don't think it'd be a thing. I would see maybe it would work in the domain of if you're a couple and you're going on holiday and you're chatting to one of their ChatGPT apps. So you're talking to booking.com or whatever, and you're like, can you recommend us places to go? And then you're both sat in the chat. But even then, I don't know. I understand the use case or the purported, benefit of it, but I just question actually how much of a benefit that is. Again, maybe we'll try it. Maybe we'll see. We'll see if it's any good. Well, I just think it'll just be weird.
Oh mate, I'm laughing at my own joke here, but it's not that funny. I'm just thinking it's gonna be like a marriage counselor where people can separate, sitting in the middle.
It's like,
like
our
relationship, like one partner's, obviously you're not living together, and and it's like trying to
our relationship's having troubles. Let's have a group ChatGPT set. Let's ask GPT-5 what it thinks. Like, it's just, I just think it's a weird paradigm. I don't see it myself. I'm not going to be quick to judge because I might just be missing the next best way to collaborate on ideas, but I just can't see it myself.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? The weirdest thing is, I think this is going to happen. I think people are going to use it because when you go, that's never going to happen. That's just ridiculous. Yeah. It's just why would I just maybe. I think mate, the world's crazy, and we're getting more crazy, and technology is moving at such a pace. We can only begin to imagine what the future is going to look like. So, we're going to have an AI living in our houses as a robot, as a humanoid, doing housework and talking to us. And, yes, it will do the cooking and cleaning, but it'll probably be a marriage counselor and an arbitrator, a mediator. It'll be, sorting out conflict between the kids when they're arguing, because the parents will be so like, oh, I don't know what to do, because they,
it's all right. GPT-5 knows what to do.
They all offset responsibility and thinking to an AI. So no one's going to know what to do. So they'll always ask their AI, how do I wipe my own ass? So
no,
it's crazy.
I think that's probably a summary of it, really. I think if you use it,
my own ass.
There you go. Statement of the day. I'm going to clip that up and I'm going to get it on our shorts feed. We really are modern day philosophers for the world of AI. Plato and Socrates didn't know what's coming. I think that's probably a good summary of it. I think I'd be curious to know if any of you guys have used it or if you find it useful. Maybe we'll give it a go. We'll worship GPT-5 as we strategize, and we'll come back with a report on if it's actually useful. But yeah.
Other than that, well, let us know what you think, guys, in the comments. Say hi, of course. And if you're still here, hit that like. We really appreciate it. And subscribe, do all those amazing things. And we'll check up with you on the next one, where we bring you the latest news in AI. So for now, take care, guys. We'll catch up with you soon.
Cheers,
take care.
Guys.